So, good evening, good evening, good evening. We are back again, and I am getting back to my normal self after a week of absolutely horrible pain and toothache, belly cramps, bedbound, losing 5 kg in a week. Wow, I need to scoff my face off today. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better, people. Big up to everybody who's been tuning into the other channel for the watch night. I don't know how I got through that. Big up Northside, Matty and Ola. I don't know how I managed to get through that. And listen, that's why there's been no videos on here for the last few days. But we are back, and I will have this upload, a watch along tonight for the Wolves Fulham game, and after that, I will have a video dropping about Jadon Sancho. So keep your eyes peeled. Plenty of content to come. I'm going to be doing at least 2 videos on here every day, at least, going through all the way through till New Year now. So yeah, man, we're on it. Unless well, I'm having a tooth out on Thursday, the wisdom tooth at the back. So maybe I'll be bedbound again. Who knows? So make the most of it while you can. But anyway, we're going to talk about Pochettino. Make sure you are smashing the like button up, people. Make sure you are sub to the channel. That'd be great. We're very close to 21 and a half. Like I said, obviously it's my fault that I've been ill and ain't been able to get the subs up and the views up and everything. But listen, it's what it is. I don't get ill very often. It's the first time I've been ill for about a decade. So yeah, big up to everybody who's shown some love and support and all of that over the last week as well. But we are going to talk about Poch, because it's not going well for him, is it? I think everyone thought that, Poch should go in there, he'd get his team playing decent football and yada yada yada. It's not quite gone to plan. And again, they got absolutely battered at the weekend. And listen, I know Newcastle away ain't for everyone, but the way they limped out of that game was just embarrassing, like genuinely embarrassing. Reece James getting sent off as well. And there's a lot of talk that he ain't going to last, mate. He ain't going to last. Fabrizio Romano's mentioned this. If I can find the quote, he said they are going to continue to back him. He said on his YouTube channel, the feedback is still the same on Chelsea's side, and they trust in Pochettino. They believe he is the right man for this project. It's a young team, and they need time. His job is not at risk at this point. It remains to be seen whether the pressure will continue to build if things cannot be turned around. So I personally think once you start getting these stories come out, the vote of confidence, oh my God, they're going to continue to back him. That's all well and good. You back him all you like. You're paying him money. You're hoping he does a job. I understand it. I get it. Totally get it. But they're currently sat 10th. They've lost more than they've won. They've won 4 out of 13 games. 4. They've conceded 20 goals. To put that into context, they had 20 goals. That's only 3 less than Luton, who was 17th. In fact, it's the same as Everton, who were 1 from bottom, 19th. It's actually mad. That is actually insane. Crystal Palace have conceded less. Fulham have conceded less. And if you look at the points as well, like they've only scored 22 goals. Chelsea, 22 goals scored. That's not great. I mean, Man United have only scored 16. However, it's not great, is it? 22 goals scored. When you look at Man City on 33, Liverpool 28, Arsenal 27, which is not a million miles better. But then when you look at the goals against, Arsenal 10 against, Man City 13, Liverpool 10. Aston Villa has scored 31 goals this season, conceded 18. It's plus 13s all round, plus, goal difference plus 20s, plus 17s, plus 17s, plus 13s. When you go down to Chelsea, it's plus 2. 1 win in the last 5. How long does this go before they pull the trigger? And you can keep banging on about injuries this and injuries that. That's great. You've got about 1 billion players to pick from. And this ain't me just sitting here mugging everything off and just taking the mick out of it. Yeah, because look, Chelsea have been the most successful team over the last, 20 odd years. And they've been the most successful team for their ruthless decision making under their previous owner. Yeah, these Cowboys that are running that club now, I know they want to try and give it time, and all of that stuff. That's great. But giving it time, you have to have some sort of progress within giving it time. Yeah. And when I say progress, you have to get results. If you're going upwards and upwards and upwards, cool. Yeah. Then you can understand that they want to get him into a January window and give him a bit more money, see how it goes again. But if you're losing and then drawing, then winning, then losing, then drawing, then winning. I'm sorry, where'd you go from there? Because the only way you're going from there is mid-table mediocrity again. And if you look at last season, right? Last season they finished what, 11th, 12th, 11 wins, 11 draws, 16 losses, 12th. That is insane. I'd actually hazard a guess that some of these players that have been signed haven't even seen top half of the league table yet. The likes of Enzo and Mudryk, have they even and players like that? Who else have you signed in that time? Caicedo, players like that. Have they actually been sat in the top half of the table for any sustained period of time or at all? It's actually wild the amount of money that club has spent, and you can't go and get consistent results. And this is what I said. Chelsea have got the money to buy their way out of an issue. Same with Man United. They've got the money. They'll do some clever accounting somewhere and they'll get their way out of it. But you have to have some results to back it. You can't just keep throwing money at it and keep throwing money at it and hoping for the best. And as soon as you start getting the vote of confidence as a manager, you're on your last legs. It ain't going to be much longer before you're getting potted, mate. You will be potted. Then where do they go? Because now that's then 2 managers. In fact, 3 managers sacked if you include Tommy Tuchel. So their next set of fixtures, let's have a look at their fixtures. Sunday coming, they got Brighton. Then they got Man United away 3 days later on the Wednesday. 4 days after that, Everton away. It's 3 tough games. I can't lie. Listen, Everton ain't great. Neither are Chelsea. Brighton ain't amazing. Neither are Chelsea. Man United ain't great. Neither are Chelsea. Would you be betting on Chelsea to win any of them? Then they've got Sheffield United. Okay, maybe you could get a win there. Then you've got Newcastle in the Cup. Then Wolves away on Christmas Eve. 27th, Palace. 30th, Luton. Mate, you've got some tough games here. I can't lie. You've got a lot of tough games. I don't think he sees New Year. I can't lie. I'll be shocked if he sees that New Year. And the thing is, if Chelsea did get rid of him before that January window opens, that's more of an incentive for the next manager to come in. The next manager can come in. Now you've got a January window to go for. The thing is, when you look at Chelsea's team on paper, it's actually crazy. I can't lie. It's actually crazy. I'm baffed at some of the players in that team. Like Sanchez in goal. I mean, why are you there? Sanchez in goal. How are you getting rid of the keepers you had and putting him in goal? I don't get that. Maybe Aaron Ramsdale could be on the list. Maybe he could. Because that goalkeeper ain't no good. Reece James. He ain't the player he was before with his injuries, that's for sure. Thiago Silva still strolling around at nearly 40 years old. Badiashile never really had a sustained period without staying fit. Cucurella fallen off a cliff since he's joined Chelsea. The guy whose name I can't pronounce, I'm just going to call him Ugo. Who are you? Where did you sign from? I don't know who that is. Enzo Fernandez, I think he's a top player. Why are you playing him in his out of position? Cole Palmer, decent player. The way people are banging on about him, it's like the second coming of Leo Messi. Do me a favour. Conor Gallagher, well done. You had a little purple patch. Not good enough. Raheem Sterling scored a good free kick at the weekend. Probably been their best player. But Nico Jackson up front, well done. You had a little purple patch. Not good enough. Then you go to their bench. I'm just going off of the game at the weekend. Mudryk, sorry, mate. Absolute trash. Madueke, sorry, mate. Never heard of you. Broya, no good. Caicedo, fallen off a cliff since he's gone there. Colwill, mad overrated. Disassi, mad overrated. Then you're going with Matson, Matos, and Petrovic. I mean, I'm sorry, £1 billion. I know Chelsea have got injuries in that, but come on, £1 billion, and that is what you're left with the injuries out the team. Come on. And if any Chelsea fan, and this ain't in a facetious or nasty way, any Chelsea fan who thinks Nkunku's coming back into that team, and all of your problems are gone, you need a reality check, because that ain't happening. That is not happening. And Nkunku does not fix this mess. You need a competent manager and competent players. And unfortunately for Chelsea, you've got neither. And then you need a competent owner to change that. And again, unfortunately for Chelsea, you ain't got that either. So it's all a bit of a mess. You could make a movie about this and it'd be a box office smash. How to ruin a football club inside 18 months. It's unbelievable what has happened to this football club. They can't get out of mid-table since Roman has gone. Boy, yeah, without Tommy Tuchel's points last season, you would have been relegated. Just let that sink in. Relegated. Now you've gone with this Pochettino. Yeah, you got a couple of good results. All of a sudden, everyone's like, oh, yeah, we're back. We're back. You're not back because you're not good. You're not very good. It's not consistent. There's no consistency there. Too many bang average footballers at that club. There are too many young players at that club. Where's the leadership? Yeah, when all these players are all looking around thinking like, oh, I'm having a bit of a mare today. Who are they looking at? What, Thiago Silva? So you're on the left wing and you're looking all the way back for inspiration from a centre half. No, you should be looking to your midfielder or your striker. And they're going, come on, we can get through this game. Just keep going. Just keep doing what you're doing. Said you got to go to your centre back, the only one in the team who's really a leader. Mad. It's actually insane what has happened to that club. Listen, how do you see it changing? Let me know your thoughts on it, because I do think he's getting sacked. I think there are a few more bad beatings like the Newcastle one, and there's potential in there as well in December. A few potential beatings. I think he'll be gone by Christmas. I do. Worst ways, New Year. And then the January window opens. Then what do you do? And who's going to want to come and take the job? Like, honestly, it's a poison chalice right now. And I don't see how it changes. I genuinely don't. So, yeah, you let me know what you think. Is Poch the man for the job? If you're a Chelsea fan, what do you think? If you're not a Chelsea fan, let me know. I'm pretty sure most of you are laughing. But how do they change it? How do they spin this around? How do they get back towards that top four as a starting point, let alone trying to win titles again? Because they're a billion miles off of that. I mean, just to get back in the top four right now, 16 points, Villa on 28. Jeez, they're 12 off. They're 12 points off of Villa. In fact, there's already a mini gap between them in 10th and West Ham in 9th, 4 points. 6 points to 8th. 7 points to 7th. 8 points to 6th. They're in big problems, man. They're in big problems. Yeah, and I'm sorry, as bad as some of these teams have been, like Man United have been poor this season. They've won 1 game less than Arsenal and Man City. Or however, they have lost 5. But they're only 6 points off of Arsenal and 5 off of Man City. And they have been shocking and lost 5 games. So you can be shocking, but still get results and still get up there. Chelsea have been shocking and are getting a few results here and there, but are then capitulating. Like, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Let me know what you guys think. Who would be the next manager if they sack him? Do you think he's getting sacked? If so, when? And how do they get back to the big time? Leave it all down below in the comments. I'll be back for Fulham Wolves tonight on here. Podcast on the other channel. Just dropped a video on there about Osimhen and Ivan Toney to Arsenal. So go and check that out. I'll have another video out on here after the Wolves game, the Fulham Wolves game tonight as well. So keep your eyes peeled for that one, people. We're going to talk about Jadon Sancho in that one. And I've got a video out about Aaron Ramsdale coming out around midnight UK time on the other channel as well. So loads of content to come. I've got a whole week's worth of making up to do after having a week out the game, really. So yeah, big up for everyone who's shown love and helped me get through the stream that I did at the weekend. The Arsenal game, that was long, man. I can't lie. Trying to do that stream in agony was not nice. So big up to everyone. Big up to everyone who's sticking a like on the video. Subscribe. Leave your comments and super chats down below. And yeah, let me know your thoughts on this club. The Cowboys have absolutely decimated Chelsea Football Club. We're out of here. Layers.